What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we continue our deck profile coverage from Memphis regionals that just finished up this past weekend, and we take a look at a deck that reached top 4. Buzzwole GX started seeing less and less play when Baby Buzzwole came out, and the archetype of BuzzRoc, which is Buzzwole GX and LYCANROC GX, kind of fell off because it wasn't seeing play. Well, now it looks like it's back in a big way, having 2 BuzzRocs reach top 4. However, this list in particular caught my eye due to an interesting inclusion of a certain card. And I think you guys will find it kind of interesting too. So without further ado, let's get started. So this deck, due to placings, reached 3rd place, with the other BuzzRoc, of course, reaching 4th place. To start, we're playing 2 copies of Buzzwole GX, 190 HP, fighting type, Ultra Beast. First attack is Jet Punch for 1 fighting, does 30 damage. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, don't apply weakness and resistance. Second attack, Knuckle Impact for 3 fighting, 160 base damage. This Pokemon can't attack during your next turn. Then the third attack, which is the GX attack, for 3 fighting, Absorption GX 40 times. This attack does 40 damage for each of your remaining prize cards remaining. That makes sense, right? For each of your remaining 4 prize cards, or prize cards, not 4 prize cards. You guys get it. You guys get it. Weak to Psychic and retreats is a 2 cost. So it is weak to Psychic, which you guys should have seen my other video. Link will be in the iCard above for Malamar getting 1st place this past weekend. So Buzzwole kind of has a hard matchup with that. Then we play 2 copies of Buzzwole, Baby Buzzwole, like I mentioned earlier, 130 HP, 100 Ultra Beast. First attack is Sledgehammer for 1 fighting, does 30 plus. If your opponent has exactly 4 prize cards remaining, this attack does 90 more damage. Second attack, Swing Around for 2 fighting, 1 colorless, does 80 plus. Flip 2 coins, this attack does 20 more damage for each heads. Weak to Psychic and a 2 retreat cost. Then we're playing, and this is where kind of gets a little interesting. So we're talking about the LYCANROC line. So 3 Rockruff, 70 HP, surprise attack. For 1 fighting, 1 colorless, flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing. Does 50 damage, weak to grass, 1 retreat cost. 2 LYCANROC GX, 200 HP, fighting, Bloodthirsty Eyes. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you switch one of your opponent's bench with their active, so basically Lysander in ability. The first attack, Claw Slash. 1 fighting, 2 colorless, 110. Second attack, Dangerous Rogue GX. 1 fighting, 1 colorless, does 50 times. This attack does 50 damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Of course, you can only use 1 GX attack. This is where it gets interesting. LYCANROC from, what is this? Is this, I don't know if this is Celestial Storm, but it's one of the newer sets. LYCANROC, it's the Dawn form, right? No, what would it be? Because this one is, oh, they're not really classified, but it is the newest LYCANROC, the one that Ash gets in the anime, the special one with Own Temple that evolves from Own Temple Rockruff, if I'm correct. But 120 HP, fighting type. The first attack is Dangerous Rogue. This already sounds very familiar. 1 fighting, 1 colorless, does 20 plus. This attack does 20 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So it's a variation of the LYCANROC GX with Dangerous Rogue GX. The interesting part too is that's already interesting enough. The second attack, Accelerock, for 2 fighting, 1 colorless, does 100 damage, correct? Well, there's actually another LYCANROC GX in the format right now. And that GX attack, or attack that it has, is Accelerock. So it's pretty cool because this is like a mix of both GX cards in one. And it only gives up 1 prize. Of course, it is weak to grass and it has a 2 retreat cost. Pretty interesting, But we have a little bit of a damage modifier in here. We have 1 Diancie Prism Star because we're only allowed to have 120 HP. The Princess Cheers ability. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, your fighting Pokemon's attack do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Really cool. Then we have a bunch of support Pokemon. Well, Diancie is a support Pokemon. We have a little bit more. We have one copy of Oranguru for the Instruct ability. Once during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 3 cards in your hand. 120 HP, weak to fighting, 2 retreat cost. A 2/2 line of Macargo for the Smooth Over ability. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may search your deck for a card, shuffle your deck, then put that 1 card you searched and put it on top. Weak to water, 3 retreat costs. It's not going to be something you want in the active. 1 copy of Marshadow for the Let Loose ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you have each player shuffle their hand into their deck and draw 4 cards. So it's more of a disruption-based card effect. But of course, it is the Judge effect. And then 1 copy of Tapu Lele GX 170 HP for the Wonder Tag ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you search your deck for a supporter, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Energy Drive for 2 colorless, 20 times. This attack does 20 damage times the amount of energy attached to both active Pokemon. Don't apply weakness or resistance. We do have Tapu Cure as an attack, but we unfortunately cannot use it in this deck, so we're not going to cover it. But that's it for our Pokemon lineup. Let's take a look at our supporter lineup. 4 copies of Cynthia. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 6 cards. Shuffle, draw, support. 4 copies of Lily. Draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. And if it's your first turn, draw cards until you have 8 cards in your hand. 3 copies of Guzma. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active. And if you do, switch your active with one of your bench. And then 2 copies of Professor Kukui to add on to the damage modifiers mentioned earlier. Draw 2 cards. During this turn, your Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So that's it for the supporter lineup. For items, let's start off with 3 copies of Choice Band. The attacks of this Pokemon this card is attached to do 30 more damage to your opponent's active GX or EX Pokemon. Nice. More damage modifiers. 4 copies of Ultra Ball. Discard 2 cards from your hand. If you do, search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, put it into your hand. 3 copies of Beast Ring. You can play this card only if your opponent has exactly 3 or 4 prize cards remaining. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards and attach them to one of your Ultra Beasts. Then shuffle your deck. 2 copies of Nest Ball. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it onto your bench. 1 copy of Rescue Stretcher with 2 different effect abilities. You can choose one, put a Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand, or you can shuffle 3 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck. Usually depends on the situation you're in, depending on what you would play in that situation. 1 copy of Switch. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench. Like I mentioned earlier, some cards you just don't want in the active, Switch is going to help you switch that up. 4 stadiums. We play 3 copies of Bricklet Hill. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a basic water or basic fighting Pokemon, put it onto their bench, and shuffle their deck. So we have our items, our stadiums, our supporters down. Let's take a look at the final pieces of the puzzle. The energy. To start off, 10 copies of Fighting Basic Energy. Nice. 1 copy of Beast Energy Prism Star. This card provides colorless energy. While this card is attached to an Ultra Beast though, it provides every type of energy, but provides only 1 energy at a time. The attacks of Ultra Beast this card is attached to do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So a little bit more damage modifiers, and you could attach this to both Buzzwole GX and Baby Buzzwole. And then another interesting card, it's not really uncommon to see, but it really kind of is, and that's 1 copy of Double Colors Energy. It's another energy attachment you wouldn't necessarily see being played. You can play it for Claw Slash, Dangerous Rogue, or you can play it for Energy Drive. So it's a really interesting inclusion in the deck. Maybe you can even use it if you need to attack with Oranguru. So it's a really interesting card to be used in this deck. But it looks like that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of my coverage of the decks being played in the format currently. We have a few more videos lined up for you for the rest of the week, so just stay tuned. I guess click the notification bell. That helps, right? That helps. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. I post when my videos go live, when I go live on Twitch, or I try to live tweet when regionals and regional streams are happening. So I try to keep up with all the good things of Pokemon TCG. And then thank you guys for watching, guys. I appreciate that. Catch you guys later. Peace.